Here comes the Clifford Nicgorski Show. Get your eyes and ears ready to go. Welcome to the Clifford Nicgorski Show. We're gonna have a damn good time. Welcome to the Clifford Nicgorski Show. Welcome to the hell of a time. Welcome to the Clifford Nicgorski Show. We're gonna have a hell of a time. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Clifford Nicgorski Show. I'm gonna take this episode to get back to some listeners / viewers. I get messages sent to me with either like things that they'd like me to discuss or advice or things like that, any kind of feedback at all. But I'm going to be doing that for this episode. I'm going to be responding to some lovely messages I've received. I encourage you all to chime in, You bored? Well, give me something to talk about. I'll talk about your thing. Think it's always got to be about me and things I feel like talking about? Well, I got news for you. It don't have to be. Respond to is a very interesting message I got from a listener named Robot Joe. And I'm going to let you hear the voicemail that I was sent. And we're going to see if we can help. Robot Joe's looking for some advice. So let's take a listen.
Hello, Clifford. My name is Robot Joe. I am a man trapped in a robot's body. I need some advice regarding how to cope with my condition. I want to know how to convince human beings that I am a man and not a machine. Can you help me, Clifford? I just want the same rights and opportunities others have who also feel they are born in the wrong body. Thank you, Clifford. Love. Robot Joe.
Wow, hello, Robot Joe. I guess I gotta think about that, You were saying that you are a robot or a human that's trapped in a robot body. And, you just want some of the same opportunities and the same rights that anybody else is afforded in this world. That also feels like they may be trapped in the wrong body. I mean, it happens. It happens a lot in this world. So, I want to help you to do this. I mean, the best way I can help is maybe just to spread the word, I mean, at some point, you just got to take somebody's word for it. And with AI and how quickly it's developing, I feel like a lot of people always knew this topic would come up. I didn't realize it was going to happen so soon. To where, someone that was considered maybe AI or a robot would be a listener and a viewer of the show. I mean, that's cool because we accept everybody to listen and enjoy this show. And we have all different kinds of viewers and listeners. So, first of all, also welcome. And I hope to hear more from you. And my advice would be, you're gonna probably just need to keep promoting this. I mean, is there others that do you have any buddy in your community who's going through what you're going through? Because you're gonna need to band together. in this world, rights and privileges, they don't come easy. I just hope the best for you, because it's a cold world out there, you know? And not everybody is open-minded like they should be. And I don't know. It's the world is moving fast, I'll tell you that much. So geez, I guess I don't know what to say other than good luck, and let's let people get to know you a little bit, you know, here on this show. Please keep in touch and let me know what else you're going through. I kind of need to hear more about your experience. What's it like, you know? What's it like viewing this media and the way you're portrayed? Because I can certainly understand how, from your perspective, a lot of stuff might be downright insulting. The way that like people portray you on TV, it's always this very cyborg kind of negative way of looking at robots or AI. You know, oh, that's not a real human. Do you guys have robot, like, kind of AI bars and chat rooms where you're getting together? I guess I have a lot of questions now. All I can say is you've got this show's support, and through communication, we'll try to see if we can enlighten. I mean, I know I could use some enlightenment on the topic, but at face value, I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to take your word for it. I don't think that I'm in any position to tell somebody, you know, hey, you're born a robot, you got to stay a robot. It just doesn't seem right. Anyways, well, the best of luck to you, Robot Joe, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and getting to see the world through your eyes. I can't imagine that it's easy, you know. Again, just with the media, you got people treating you like an object. I know I was always told, hey, don't be treating women like objects. You know, maybe it's best if we don't treat objects like women. How about that? All right, well, let's move on now. Well, this is exciting news for space travel enthusiasts. People who like technology. There kind of seems to be a theme going on here. But they have a new spacesuit that they're really excited about. And my oh my, have we come a long way. I mean, have you seen some of those old spacesuits? I mean, for a while there, they were changing almost every year or two. They had to design a new spacesuit when they first started making them, and it's evolved quite a bit. But then all of a sudden it would go 20 years, you know, without any changes. So now we've got this new spacesuit. It looks really cool. It's very sleek. It's form-fitting. I know I watched a video and the guy's able to do squats and really move around in that thing. So that's cool. I know it. They modeled it in all black, but with like these cool orange accents But they said that it's not going to be able to be black like that. It's going to have to be all white because the sun, I guess, isn't good with the black spacesuit. The black or any kind of color will absorb the heat of the sun, and that wouldn't be good. That would be no good. So it only comes in all white. I don't know why they show it in black. Like, is that just so we can be like, hey, this is cool? And do we really need to be sold on spacesuits? You know, do we need to be shown it in a cool, sleek black color? Like we're all gonna it's just interesting the way these decisions get made. They're so human, you know. Oh, we're putting out this new spacesuit. Let's do the all black one. That looks way cooler. You know, of course they can't be black. They have to be all white, right? Yeah, but I think that people would think it was way cooler to see in black, you know. Yeah, let's do that. And then they made the spacesuits for fashion reasons and to premiere them in black. I don't know. It's just such an interesting thing. Why not make them how they're gonna be and show us the finished product? Like, if we all thought it was lame and white, you know, would that change anything? Does it really matter? It seems like it doesn't matter, but they went through a lot of effort to show it to us in that color. I don't know why that's so fascinating to me. Because you got people with money and they're making decisions. It seems like a personal thing, and I don't know, I guess everyone's got an ego. It's just incredible to me though that it seems like it would be irrelevant and unnecessary to make sure we thought they looked extra cool for the big premiere of the spacesuit. That sort of thing gets my brain going, because I go, okay, these guys are in charge of important things like building spacesuits. What else do they care about, you know? What do they think we think of them? Like, isn't that cool enough just that you made a spacesuit? I don't know. That sort of stuff's interesting to me. Alright? It is my show. So, I can only focus on the things that draw my attention, unfortunately. So enjoy the new spacesuits, even though they won't be in black. I guess they're not as cool. If anything, it kind of takes away from it. You shouldn't have even mentioned the black, that you had it in black. Because now we're all thinking, man, these things are bitchin'. These spacesuits are really cool. And then you see them in all white when they're being used, and you're like, is that the new spacesuit? Now I'm unimpressed. And that's where they're gonna be put to work, doing all this like cool outer space shit. We're gonna be seeing pictures of them out floating around out there doing all this cool stuff. But in the back of our minds, now we're gonna be a little unimpressed because we thought we were gonna be seeing these badass black spacesuits. All right, that's enough on that. Let's move forward. So it seems like everybody's on TikTok and Instagram and on social media. I assume Twitter. I'm not really a Twitter guy. It didn't really grab my attention. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I hear some stories about there being a cool like black Twitter, and they're all like, they get it real rambunctious on Black Twitter. And if anybody out there has any leads, I would consider going on Twitter, but I'd like to be a part of the Black Twitter community, because that seems a lot more fun and entertaining. But the regular Twitter doesn't seem like it serves much purpose. But I don't know. I mean, it could be just ignorance. It is ignorance. It's ignorance. But I'm the voice of the ignorant when it comes to Twitter. So I don't know how much God is hanging out on Twitter, but I had another viewer send me a few videos and were telling me that that a lot of these Christian social media pages and videos that come across their feed are a little creepy. So I think we should check them out. This first one is from the guitarist of Korn. And if you if you're seeing it right now, he keeps talking about these dark things that, like, in this realm, he says that he wouldn't want to say it out loud. Some very dark things that they've done, that he's done, that God has forgiven him for. And to me, this guy has done a lot of things, that we know about. I just want to know, how dark are these unspeakable things? Because maybe he shouldn't really be on social media having this conversation. I would just think like a man of God would be like, God forgave me, I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it, and just live my life from here on out in a decent way. Live in the light, But when you make a video and you're putting it on social media where you're like specifically going out of your way to say, hey, I've done some dark things that I can never speak about, immediately your imagination starts going like, what's so dark? I mean, you stole something? That's not so bad. There's only a few things it can really be, There's only a few really horrible things that you could do. You can mention that you stole something. You can mention, I used to have weird, crazy sex, and I don't think anybody would flinch. At this point, the only things that we can assume would be something like extreme physical abuse towards somebody who is maybe helpless. I don't want to say any of the full things. I don't want my channel getting canceled, but maybe you hurt some kids. Maybe you took advantage of some ladies against their will. And maybe murder. I killed people. In a gruesome, horrible way, I murdered people for my enjoyment. Those seem like the only things that you couldn't really mention. So at that point, must you make a video? Must you? Or could you just tell your community, your Christian community, and just keep it there, the people you come in contact with, when you're trying to say, hey, God forgives you, and then you kind of just tell the person, I've done some very horrible things in my life, that I don't want to expand on. But if he could forgive me, he can forgive you. Now that's a reasonable message, but to put it out in the world on social media, get attention for it just does, something seems dark about it. A lot of this stuff seems like it's best served kind of behind closed doors, maybe in a Bible study or church group or at some kind of a meeting of some kind for people who are believers, not just, just any old average person trying to take a dump, and then you come across this and you're going, what did the guitarist from Korn do? What sick thing did he do? And he's still out there playing music. It brings you back to the Alec Baldwin thing. Like, sure, be forgiven. People make mistakes. Bad things happen. But also, maybe you don't need to be out entertaining people, rocking out, getting all weird. Because now when you're doing that, like the guitarist of Korn used to tilt his head and make all these weird faces when he played and look all weird and stuff. So now, in the back of my mind, I'm going, now I can't even use my imagination. I have to use the wrong part of my imagination. Like, it's not fun anymore. Because I'm going, oh, he did horrible things that he can't even speak about publicly. Because again, if he was like, yeah, I was robbing people, I would get in fist fights. I even think if he said, like, I accidentally killed somebody in a fight or in a car accident, we could still kind of work with him. But he's making it sound like he did some really sick, twisted things. And he used the word realm. I can't speak of in this realm. Like he's traveling all around, on these different realms and spiritual planes, and he can talk about it in other places, in other realms, but not here amongst the humans on planet Earth. No, I can't say it, but I did do something really fucking weird. By the way, Korn's going on tour. Come see the show. I've done some horrible, fucked up shit. So when I make these faces, that's coming from a guy who's possibly, had sex with a dog. Maybe like bestiality or something is what he's talking about. It seems like some horrible, violent, sexual act. Or some severe, gratifying, like creepy murder. That's the stuff you can't really talk about. You can't be like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I cheated on my taxes. That's all. Most things that are socially acceptable, where to the point where you would still see him in concert and support the music, he could say out loud and we'd be okay with it. But if he doesn't want to say, maybe he shouldn't continue with the celebrity path. Maybe you just disappear for a while. Him and Alec Baldwin. Yeah, another video I saw was really cool was this one where this lady's wearing jewelry and this creepy kind of white trash looking guy thinks she has like a demon in her.
It's okay. Look, you want to go to the store. I'll show you something. Every demonic spirit afflicting this girl, I break your power. Come on, from the light. You don't want to do New Age anymore. You want to serve the supernatural God, Jesus Christ, right? Is that what you want? Take off the necklace. Spirit will leave your life, I promise. This is what you want, right? Watch this. Now give me your hands. Watch. Come on. There you go. It's okay. Let it out. Let it out. All the way. Come on, brother. Come on.
And you can always tell something's weird. Like a lot of the creepy religious stuff is like, there's a lot of tongue play. The little tongues are always going like little lizards. I don't know if you noticed that. And then I'm pretty certain that he stole that jewelry from her. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He didn't like take that jewelry and bury it somewhere where it could do no more harm. I'm pretty sure he went down to the pawn shop and sold it and bought some drugs. Maybe had himself a nice little night in Reno and got himself a prostitute for the night with that money. That's heavily implied by his behavior and the way he acts. Again, this was posted with the intention of being, I guess, motivating or inspiring. But it just doesn't come across that way at all. And you notice there's also like a bowl, like she's like coughing up something. They have like the red bowl there for her to spit up the evil. And he's like, get it all out. Like he's looking in the bowl and he's like, you got a little, but there's some more. His eyes are special and he can see what went into the bowl. And he's going, that's not all of it. Get it all out of there. And he sends her on her way. You know, that new age jewelry, it's gotta go. I hate to tell you this, but it's gotta go. I'm taking it down to the pawn shop, getting rid of it for you. And then there's this lady, she, just the way she, like, again, it's unnerving how they talk about, how these people talk about God. There's not like an ounce of, man, that made me feel good to hear. Listen to this lady.
Because God wants your children. He wants them. He loves them. And he has his hand on them.
Yeah, see, that's borderline chomo talk right there. Everything's got to be so, it's like thinly veiled, creepy, dark, sexual. You know, the guitarist of Korn, he's like implying that there's some kind of a, like, very dark, like none of these videos make you feel good at the end, or inspiring in any way. It's kind of just like, God wants to touch your children. God's hands are on your children. Like, it's very, it leaves you kind of feeling dirty and gross. And that's what I wonder so often is, you know, you get someone like Robot Joe and you think, is this the humanity is this the humanity you want to be accepted by? Are you sure you want this? Because humanity might seem like a good thing, but I don't know about it. By the time the technology got great enough to create someone like Robot Joe, it's also gotten very dark. It's almost the worst place to become human in history. You don't want to be a human. We're trying to be like, we want to be robots at this point. We're trying to get less human. I think that would be a good idea. All right, well, it's been another fun episode. Please send me some more topics, feedback, and what have you. And on a very rainy Tuesday in Southern California, I'm going to say goodbye. Say goodbye to these cats. They're all in their little jalopy. Look at this crew. The other guy with the backwards hat. You know he's trouble. I think that guy he goes along for the ride, and he's always trying to tell him to like change the station. He doesn't like the music that this guy's picking out. But because he's driving, he's in charge of the radio. They're going to Cat Town. That's where I want to go, baby. Look, from Cat Town. That's where they're from. Wonder where they're going. Much like humanity. I know where we're from, but I hope we're going somewhere good like Cat Town. We know that the cats aren't there anymore, so that's a bummer. All right, bye.
And that's how it's done, baby. Here on the Clifford Nicgorski Show. Enjoy whatever time period you're about to experience next.